Hi guys, welcome back to Skye and Cal's podcast. This is episode 2.
Episode 2 already.
I'm Skye Wheatley.
I feel like last episode I was getting hammered with the big questions.
Yeah, you
Just getting
did.
charcoaled.
Absolutely.
So I think we should put the heat on you a little bit this time, huh?
All right, well,
Tit for tat.
what are we going to be chatting about today, Cal?
Well, let's just maybe start with the reason you're in the Daily Mail every couple of days.
True.
For having some more work done.
True.
Like it's becoming a regular occurrence.
It is.
So what's the goal? What is it? What's the latest surgery you've had?
The latest surgery that I've had is the temporal lift, so the fox eye.
Yeah.
And I went to Turkey to have that done, which was pretty traumatic, if I'm being completely honest. No, there were parts of it that were traumatic, but overall, I'm stoked that I didn't come back without kidneys. So.
Actually, that's the one that I met you at the airport and I saw you for the first time at the airport, right?
Yeah,
and you
is
look like
that
you're in
what
a car crash or something and your face was like
it all
peeled back.
bandaged up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was the most recent one.
Yes,
That's the one I must have been seeing in the Daily Mail like everywhere.
Yeah, remember we got papped at the airport?
Yes.
Yeah, they
And
love
your face was falling apart.
They froth a bit of bandage on the face.
So with that surgery, like how long were you like waiting for it? Like
How long?
Yeah, were you like planning it for a while or was it just like off the cuff thing?
Oh yeah, no, I'd wanted it for years, but
Okay.
when it was all over for me was when I did a photo shoot and Tanil Jai did my makeup. And I was asking her about one of the models that she did makeup on. I'm like, was she wearing like tape or something on her eyes? And she's like, yeah, I have this little clippy thing that pulls your eyes back. And I'm like, shut up, put it on me. So she put it on me and I wore it the whole day and I was like, this is amazing. I'm like, I need this done.
Yeah.
And then I was wearing this clippy thing that would like pull, it just like made the skin tighter and like pulled it back.
Yeah.
And I wore that really frequently and I'm like, this is fucking painful. So I'm like, I'm just actually going to get the surgery done. But I was so freaked out about it. So I did put it off for a very long time. But then I had spoken to other girls online who had had it done and found out what surgeon they went and saw. And I'm like, yeah, I'm booking in with him 100%.
Is it a common surgery? Because I actually never heard of it until you like told me. Like it's not like a nose job or like a boob job or something where like it's common. I feel like a fox eye lift isn't as common as like your traditional surgeries.
I think it is becoming more common. It's pretty much like a half facelift.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like there's so many studies coming out about fillers at the moment saying they're not good and they migrate, they move on your face, whereas a facelift is like better for you to have.
Like one and done sort of thing. Like it doesn't move. Yeah, right.
And surgeons prefer for you to not have any filler in your face when they operate. I feel like filler's going out now and the facelift is like the new way of doing all of the Botox and the fillers. I mean, I probably did have it done a little bit too young. I mean, I'm 31. I don't know. I feel like it was a good age.
Yeah, right. Obviously, that was your most recent surgeries, but if we got a book of all your surgeries, it would be like a Bible, right? It'd be huge.
Yeah, I guess. So the first surgery I had after I got off Big Brother was the boobs, and I went to Thailand for that. And I went through like some Cosmetic tour thing, you know, the Australian companies that fly you over and do it in Thailand because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So I had that done and then that was a massive disaster. I had ended up getting double bubble. So I had like a massive lump.
You had 3 tits?
Pretty much.
Mental.
Yeah, I literally had 3 boobs actually. That's the best way to describe it. And then I just waited till after I had babies. Oh, no, wait. Did I get my nose? Did I have my boob? Oh, yeah. Boobs. Then I had my nose.
Yeah.
And then I fell pregnant with Forrest and Bear, had the babies, got my boobs done again. So a boob revision.
Yeah. Was that with the same?
No.
New one?
New surgeon.
Yeah.
Here in Australia. And I've had like heaps of filler, Botox, skin treatments, like skin boosters, Profilo.
I swear I watched something the other day as well, like the liposuction or something, is it?
It's not liposuction. It's like an ab. It's like a machine that helps with ab separation.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So you know how like when you have babies, your abs come apart. It's meant to help with that and tighten it up. And then there's also like laser treatments. But yeah, the main ones have been the rhinoplasty, the breast revision, the fox eye.
Yeah.
I also got a bleph, like where they cut
A
this
bleph. Does anyone else know what a bleph is? I've never even heard of a bleph.
blepharoplasty. I think I'm saying it right. Blepharoplasty, where they like cut the skin and sew it together. It's
That's
like this
mad.
saggy eyelid skin.
That's mad. What one would you say is the most like painful surgery that you've had?
With my boobs, like when I woke up from surgery, I felt like a truck had been dropped on my chest.
The first time?
Both times.
Wow, okay.
With the second surgery, I obviously went bigger, like I went a bigger implant size.
Yeah.
That was to avoid the lift. So have you ever seen girls that have like the scarring around the nipple and down the boob?
No, I've only seen the lines underneath.
Yeah, right. Okay, so a breast lift is when they cut around your nipple and down the side. It's like a lollipop scar. That's what they call it.
Yeah, right.
So my surgeon was like, oh, look, like you could have a breast lift, but we want to try to avoid that. I don't think you really need it. So we'll just do a bigger implant.
Yeah, right, okay.
And he wanted to put like 600 cc's. And I was like, absolutely fucking not.
600 cc's, what does that mean?
Like
Last time I checked, cc's was
size-
like car engines and motorbike engines.
Yeah, no, the size of the implant.
Okay, right, okay.
Yeah, so I was like, I didn't want to have like massive tits, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
like I'm obviously already, you know,
Yeah, of course.
plastered all over
But like,
Daily
there's
Mail.
different types. Like, there's different types of boob jobs that you can have, right?
Well,
like,
you
there's
mean-
like high profile,
Yes, high-
teardrops.
Yes,
Like,
yes, good
so
job.
what ones have you got?
I've got high profile round.
Yeah, right, okay.
And when he said, oh, we need to go a much bigger implant, I was like, no, I don't want to. So I talked him out of going the really big size. I'm still quite big. I don't know exactly what cc they are. I keep forgetting. But they look so different on everyone's bodies.
Yeah,
Like,
I noticed that.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I see like fake boobs and I'm like, they look proper fake.
yes.
Then I see some boobs that are like,
look natural.
you don't really know. Like,
Yes, if they're fake or real.
yeah, they
Do
just
you
look
know
good.
when you touch them?
Yeah, you know when you touch them for sure. They're like rocks, innit?
Yeah, I don't think
Like,
mine.
you like they don't move.
Mine are not like super hard. I don't know.
I feel like that's what it is. The
It
hard,
depends
hard ones with like not much body fat or anything on them, they're like really hard.
Yes.
Them ones, they just like pop.
Yeah,
Like,
if a girl doesn't have much like natural breast tissue on top,
yeah,
that's when I feel you can tell it's really fake.
fake. Yeah, yeah.
Or yeah, if they've just got like no body fat on them.
Do you get like for me, I've never had like a surgery, like a cosmetic surgery, but I would be very like apprehensive into going overseas to get it because like say now I went to like Turkey or something to get my teeth done, like if something's wrong, like that would concern me that I've got to go all the way back to Turkey to get it like sorted. Do you know what I mean?
know. Okay, how's this? The girl that I went to Turkey with, my friend Elle, she had got her teeth done, so like veneers, they all started popping off.
That was
every
my
s-
biggest nightmare. See?
Every single tooth popped off when she got home, and she was like, "What the?" He's like, "Just come back, babe," and she's like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, see?
Fly back to Turkey, so she had to repay for more veneers in Australia.
That's crazy. Because then like the only reason I feel like people go overseas
Is to get it cheaper.
to get it cheaper, but then like when you need the follow-up treatment or something goes wrong, you'd probably end up spending more by going all the way back to Turkey, getting it redone, then flying back.
Yeah, that's the
Like-
thing. But honestly, like, there's just as many horror stories in Australia than there is in Turkey. I
yeah,
feel like
right.
people are always like, "Oh, why would you go to Turkey?" Like, there's so many horror stories. So many girls' surgeries have gone wrong, and I'm like, yeah, but that can happen anywhere. And I feel like the standards in Australia are much different.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
if I went to a surgeon in Australia, I probably would have been like, "I'm not doing it for you." Like,
Oh, really?
nah, he probably would have.
But it's like they
but
don't
the-
encourage it as much as like.
No, the standards are different. So like they can't do as much.
Yes,
I
okay,
don't-
I got you.
I
yeah.
don't quote me on any of that. I'm pretty sure it is like that. But I've noticed that a lot of rhinoplasties, when girls get it done in Australia, they still look quite big. I'm like, the doctors are almost scared to take too much because
yeah.
that's when it gets like scary and dangerous when because you can take more off, but you can't add anything to your nose.
Right, okay, I get it. So they're probably doing it in a safer way. So
Yes.
like they can take more off if they need to, rather than like
Yes.
in Turkey, they take the whole lot off.
Yeah,
And then just risk it.
see your nose.
So yeah, on your flight back to Australia.
Didn't need to breathe anyway. Have fun in Australia.
How do you like find like the right surgeons? Like
Yeah, so the reason why I went to this Turkey doctor was because I'd spoken to 3 girls from Australia who had had it done. One of those girls being a revision surgery. So she had a fox eye in Turkey, but it fully dropped. So she went to my doctor to get the revision, and hers looks amazing and it hasn't dropped. It stayed the same. And I'm like, okay, he's got to be good. Did my research and all of that. And I was like, yep, that's definitely going to be my surgeon. Had full trust. It was very nerve-wracking though. Like I don't think I've ever been so nervous to be put to sleep before.
yeah, because you wake up with a whole different face.
Well, that I was blind for 3 days.
You were blind.
I was blind. No one spoke any English. I'll tell you the most horrific story. So I was, couldn't see anything. My face was bandaged. Elle, my friend who I went with, thank I went with a friend. It was so, I don't know what I would have done if I was going to go by myself.
What, did you know that you wouldn't be able to see afterwards?
Yeah, the language barrier is so hard because they have an interpreter, but like sometimes you miss questions or something's not said. But I do think that they did say you're not going to be able to open your eyes for a couple days, which was fine. But anyway, I woke up from surgery fully blind, couldn't see. The nurses would come in speaking their language, and I'm like trying to talk to them, and we could not understand each other.
That would be so scary.
No English, dude. So I was like, oh my God, this is so scary. Anyway, I had a catheter in. So like I couldn't get up and walk. So catheters, when you wee, it goes through the little tubey thing.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had that in me. Ugh, I hate catheters.
Why
me
did they
out.
put that in you if they do in your face?
Because you can't get up to go to the toilet. So they put a catheter in.
Just in case you piss yourself?
Yes, in case you wee yourself, correct. So I had that in, couldn't walk, couldn't move, fully blind, and I needed to vomit, and I was screaming. I'm like, help, help. I was pressing my buzzer because they give you a buzzer to press if you need anything. Pressing my buzzer nonstop. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking vomit on myself. I'm screaming help. I can hear the nurses like going off in their language. Another patient's going crazy. I'm like, oh my God. Feels like hell. And then my friend gets up from her room 2 doors down, runs in. I'm like, babe, I'm going to vomit. I need a bucket. So she passes me a thing to vomit in. But she fully like ripped her cords out and got out of bed to come save me.
Oh my God.
Because I was screaming help. And she's like, what's wrong?
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was really full on. So I was dosed up on morphine for like 3 days. No English. You have to use like a little app to hear what they're saying or understand what they're saying. So that was pretty traumatic. And I just remember FaceTiming Lockie, and I said, babe, what's my face look like? He's like, it's fucking horrific. Like, you look scary. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I kept asking Elle, I'm like, what do we look like? What do we look like? And she's like, it's not good. It is not good.
Really?
Like,
but the recovery time was pretty long, right? Because even when you came back to Australia, when I saw you for the first time,
my face was
I was taken back. And I remember we were doing a club appearance.
Yeah.
And you looked like you've just come out of a horror movie. I was like, how are you doing this, Skye?
So scary. And I had a fucking work photo shoot like 2 weeks after. And I'm like,
so how long was the recovery until it got to like the final result after surgery?
I would say like it takes at least 6 to 12 months for it to completely heal.
Months?
Yes, it's like a massive surgery. Hang on, I'm trying to...
So your face might change even more now?
Yeah, like I even think it will drop a little more. Not too much. I feel like this is probably what it's going to look like. But which is good because you don't want it to drop. Like you don't want to go all that way and have the surgery for your face to drop.
Yeah.
But
get it revised. No thanks.
I really want to show you a photo of like what my face looked like straight after surgery. Like it was so scary. I looked like
type in Turkey.
Where? In my photos?
Yeah, in your photos. Type in Turkey and then all the photos from Turkey will come. I learned that the other day. It's the biggest hack.
Okay.
Do you want to spell it?
No, I know how to spell it. It's not coming.
T-U.
No, that didn't. Okay, I found it. I found the photo. So that was Lockie on FaceTime to me.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't see my face yet. So I had no idea.
You look like that.
Mummy or something.
Yeah, the Michelin man.
Who's that?
The tyre shop.
Wait, I'll have to Google
You know
him
the tyre
too.
shop. The
Yeah,
Michelin man.
let's
you
get a
look
photo
like
up.
a cross between the Michelin man and like a serious chemical bird.
So Lockie
That's
was
wild.
like, oh my God. And I remember FaceTiming the kids for the first time and they were so scared.
Really, I can
And
imagine,
I was like, oh no, babe, we shouldn't have shown them my face. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to be like, what's going on?
What was their reaction when you got back, when they saw you in person? Could they see that you were different once the bandages and stuff came off? Or?
No, I feel like they were fine when I got back because they were like, oh, mum's here. You know, then they were obviously curious and would question like, what's on your face, mum, or whatever.
Yeah, what would you say? Do you say like, I've had surgery done? My eyes have gone up 2 centimeters?
No, yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, oh, mummy just was in hospital. Like, I say surgery, but I'm not like I'm changing my face.
Yeah, right.
Because
okay.
I would, this sounds so crazy because it's like people would be like, well, why are you doing this to your face? But I would hate for my boys to think that they need to change what they look like.
Yeah.
And like, I know that it's a serious issue and am very open and honest about like struggling with how I look, and I always have. And I feel like maybe because of my ADHD and like my learning difficulties, maybe I use my looks as like a tool because I'm like, this is something that I can control. Like, I don't know how to spell this word and I don't know how to add 2 + 2, but I can use makeup and I can be creative and I can, you know, revamp myself. And I just loved the creativity in that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I feel like obviously I hadn't known you for that long, like, so I didn't see like the process of your other surgeries, but I feel like when you had your Fox eye lift, you were getting grilled like everywhere, like online, Daily Mail, like there was all these comments and stuff like that. Like, how does that make you feel like bad? Like, do you question your decisions, or you like?
No, like honestly, with all of my surgeries, I've been so happy with every single one apart from the botched boob job the first time. That was a massive learning curve. I mean, probably not, because I still went to Turkey.
Yeah.
Like I still went overseas and had a surgery done, which is definitely risky. The only thing that upsets me is when people are like, oh, you know, I don't want my daughter to follow you now. Like, it's not a good look. And I'm like, yeah, I totally understand where they're coming from when they say that. But I also want to be completely transparent, open and honest about everything that I'm having done, because I don't want young girls to look at other people online and be like, wow, they're so fucking perfect. Why? Like, or why or how? It's like, well, this is the reason, babe. Like, I wasn't born like this, and I'm not going to get online and like fake it and be like, yeah, I look like this all the time. Like, it's just not realistic. So I feel like it's better for me to be open and honest and be like, well, this is what I've had done. Like, I haven't always looked like this. Yeah. And the number one thing too is like, don't let surgeries change who you are as a person. Like, yeah, it can change your looks, but as long as you stay true to who you are, I think that's a massive thing. Like, the biggest thing for me is like when girls get surgery and start getting a massive head and they treat people differently, like stuff like that. I'm like, that's when it affects you. Yeah. But like, if you're doing something to enhance your looks and make you feel better in your own skin and help with your own self-confidence, then I don't think there's anything wrong with that.